Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Winter Baseball Classic. We are down to 11 teams remaining. We had a one team eliminated in the round of 3. And looking back to that really quickly, it was here that the number 6 seed Mississippi needed to win a couple games. They couldn't do it. The South Carolina team needed to win 3 out of 4. They did. They advanced with a 7-7 record, while Mississippi's knocked out with a 7-8 record. Not sure how much further South Carolina is going to go with a 7-7 record, but stranger things have happened. So that brings us here in a simple best of 3. New Orleans at Hollywood. Hollywood won game 1, so they are now 6-6, while New Orleans is 4-5. Simple elimination. You lose, you're done. New Orleans needs to win this game or they're out, and then it's a simple best of 3. Game 3 would be back in Hollywood. Hollywood at New Orleans. Your pitchers today, Mike Wiegner and Jerry Robertson for New Orleans. These are definite guys who are competing for a role in the Summer League. So we're finally going to get what we're looking for. Some good scouting on these dudes that we were unable to get by only glancing at their cards. So it helps to play the cards a little bit, decide if you want to put them in your league or not. And so, with that, consider this to be spring training. Hollywood leads off. It's Ken Boswell, 37. Skies are right. Paul Shaw, okay. Tony Gonzalez bounced to second. This is Javier at second base, who was a 2 at second base. A 2E27. Inning is over. All right, the bottom of the first, Willie Davis leads off. 3-6 on the Willie Davis card. Let's take a look at it. It's he's already in the league with a 71 card. All the Willie Davis cards in this period are about the same. This is an excellent card, but we already have an excellent Willie Davis card in our league. Anyway, that is a home run on a 14. So quickly, New Orleans is up 1-0. Julian Javier, Ks. Reichert, 48 Ks. Tom Haller, 55, rolls a second. We go to the second, Dick Dietz, 6'10", bouncer to third. This is A-Rod, the original A-Rod, Aurelio Rodriguez, a 2E25, a third base. And he surrenders a single. That's not like him. Bobby Mercer walks. Doug Rader, 64, bouncer to short. This is Ruben Amaro. Will the sun come out? Ruben Amaro, he's a 3E28 at short, a 3E28, fielder's choice. Runners in the corners for Ramon Webster. That's a sac fly to right field. We're tied. Ted Savage. Double 1-10 fly ball. We'll take a look at that Savage. He's in the Summer League with a similar card. He has high on base percentage from the Milwaukee Brewers. Here he played for the Reds, but he's on the Brewers in the Summer League with this card. That's going to be a double. That will score the runner at third. Now the runner at first is Rader. He will hold up. So you have second and third, 2 outs for Jim French. Third. 2-1, Hollywood, trying to win the series 2 straight. Clendenon, 53, left X. This is Gonzalez in left, who is a 2E7. He makes the grab in left field. Whitaker, 66, who we determined is a left-hander, even though his card indicates right-hander. So we're letting him bat left-handed, and he walks. Morel, 69, triple 1 and 2 is a single dot. Runs on the corners for Amaro. They bring it up. Infield up, guy gets cut down at the plate. Okay. Now you got first and second with 2 outs, and A-Rod. 1-8 flies left. Nothing there for New Orleans. 2-1 in the third. Boswell, 49 is a walk. Paul Shaw, 47 is a walk. Gonzalez, 110 center. Dick Dietz, 110 walk. Loaded 1 out for Bobby Mercer. 39 is a single to center field. Boswell scores. Shaw will hold up. So, station to station there. Bases are still loaded. Doug Rader in a 3-1 game, playing back. 68 sac fly. 4-1 game now. First and second, 2 outs for Ramon Webster. That's a single dot. Let's look at Ramon Webster's card. He's trying to get in the league with bat. Tough position to be in. First baseman, you got to give him more than that. Not much defense, no speed, you know. Just a zero toolsy guy, as they say. So he brings a 260 batting average to first base. I'm not buying it. But that single will load the bases with 2 outs for Ted Savage. Who caves? 4-1, bottom of the third. Willie Davis, 2-4. Lines to second. Javier, center X. Savage at 47 in center field. That's a base hit. Reichert 1-5 is a walk. Haller 59 left C, and with 2 outs, Clendenon 45 second X. Boswell at second is a 3E39, and he makes the play. All right, we go to the fourth. Jerry Robertson is not passing that test of starting pitching. Got a ton of guys on base. Jim French, guys at center. Boswell 45 center. Paul Shaw 2-8 single. Tony Gonzalez 67 Ks. Bottom of the fourth, Whitaker 49 single 1 of 12 singles. Morrell 2-6 K. Amaro 1-6 K. And A-Rod 67 K. New Orleans not getting much offense in the series, and they're looking at a hasty exit here. Dick Dietz 110 sit by the pitch. Bobby Mercer 1-7 K. Raider 55, triple 1-6 base hit. That is a triple off Robertson. Robertson's a starter 7, but he has not pitched well. He's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys on through 5 innings. And he's not very good against left-handers. And that's his bid for getting into the summer leagues not going very well. They're going to bring the infield up for Ramon Webster. He walks. Up and hold for Savage. 48 is a K, and with 2 outs, French, third. So it's 5-1, Hollywood, trying to knock New Orleans out 2 straight. Meanwhile, Wiegner is doing pretty well. The leadoff homer by Willie Davis, off his own card, and then he's put a couple guys on each inning, but battled out of it. These are the critical innings here, innings 5 and 6 for Wiegner. Willie Davis, 210s a single. Julian Javier, 64, center X. This is Savage again in center field for the 3rd or 4th time, and another hit. So if Wiegner had somebody who could catch the ball in center field, he might have a shutout right now. But anyway, well, I guess not, because he gave a solo homer. But anyway, you have runners on the corners. Rick Reichert, they're going to play back with a 4-run lead. Reichert, clean single in the center. Javier, 16-runner on the 3rd, and he gets there. Runners in the corners, a 5-2 game. They're going to still play back for Tom Haller. 3rd X, this is Doug Rader at 3rd. He's pretty good. Well, he's a 327. And that's another single, and this Wiegner guy is really being messed up by his defense. 1st and 2nd, still nobody out in a 5-3 game. Clendenon, 36 is a K. Whitaker, 1-4 right. And Morrell, 4-4 walk. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Amaro, 45. Short X. Can somebody make a play defensively? Paul Shaw? No. He's a 40-48. And that will be an error, and it's a 5-4 game. The inning just cannot end. And A-Rod. Original A-Rod, Aurelio Rodriguez. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-7 is a K. 5 in the books, a 5-4 game. We go to the 6th. Boswell. 49, walks. Jerry Robinson continues putting guys on base. Paul Shaw, 56, double 108, base hit. At a certain point, you just got to pull the plug here and try something else. And the time is now. So Jerry Robinson flunks his test in the elimination game by putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 men on. Rich Nye, who's arguably a lot worse, will come in anyway. These guys are just trying to get some exposure here in the 6th inning. 2 on, nobody out. Rich Nye against Tony Gonzalez, who getting lefties okay. 67, this guy's the center. Dick Dietz, 55, flies to right. Bobby Mercer, 1-6. K's, Rich Nye comes in. Does well. All right, Wiegner. He'll pitch the 6th inning. Most of all this is defense, something he really can't control. Well, actually, they can control it if they brought some defense in. I mean, the horse is already out of the barn, but you may as well get Don Locke in there. He'll come in for Webster and play center. Savage will go to DH, and Chuck Harrison will play first base for Dick Dietz. And heck, Dave Cash will play shortstop. He's still a 3. Rookie Dave Cash is a 3. He'll come in for Paul Shaw. They're pulling their defense with 4 frames left in a 1-run game, which is surprising, but the defense has been terrible. And so here we go. Willie Davis. 2-7. He's on again with a single. Now, do you want to steal? You've done everything else. Off of French, he'll steal. And he is going to barely be in there safely. Javier, 4-11, first X. This is the new first baseman, Chuck Harrison, at 2-11 at first. And he makes an error. This is just a joke of a game. Bad defense. Every time you hit an X, you get on. Runners in the corners. They'll play it up with a 1-run lead. Reichert, hit by pitch. Loaded, nobody out. Wiegner's almost broken. You might as well just leave him in there at this point. Up and hold, bases loaded, 44. Walks in the tie and run. It's 5-4 and Wiegner. So both pitchers kind of sucked. It didn't help that their defense let them down. Yeah, 5 innings and all these batters, runners. Ugh. Mike Marshall comes in. I mean, it's not as like this tournament is going to indicate like one team is great. It's just, you know, how the ball bounces. Mike Marshall in the 6th inning comes in. Base load, nobody out in a 5-5 game. He'll play back. He must have double play if he can get it. Clendenon, 69, single 1-9 is a single. So there goes the lead. Base is still loaded for Whitaker, K's. Still loaded Morrell. Lefty question mark. Reichert. See if he's got any wheels. 14 he does. He's going to run. And he's thrown out of the plate on a 20. Oh, he had a nice defensive play there. 6-5 game. Rich Nye. I could say he's awful, but everybody's awful, really. But he'll leave because he's only winning the game. He can leave and only be the winner, so he'll leave. While he can only be the winner. Steve Keeley will come on in the 7th inning with a 6-5 lead. Trying to get the series back to Hollywood. Doug Rader, 2-9, 3rd. 2-6 for Locke is a K. Savage, the dropper of many balls in the outfield, the center field. God. 6-5, bottom of the 7th inning. We're listening to Dr. John. This is his... Before he passed, he put this record out in 2012. It was an outstanding record. Lockdown. Very good. Got the New Orleans thing still going on, the Gree thing. Give it a little bit of volume here. There you go. Bottom of the 7th, Ruben Amaro. 2-5 short. A-Rod, 3-10, pops out. Willie Davis, 49, skies the center. 8th inning for Steve Keeley. Jim French, 65, 1-9, double is a double. High run at second for Boswell. 6-10, second X. Javier's a 2, E27. He makes the play. Runner goes to 3rd. They're going to bring the infield up for Dave Cash. 3-11, lines to 3rd. And with 2 outs, it's Tony Gonzalez. We'll take Keeley out and ask Joe Gibbon for a 4-out save with a tie run at 3rd. Let's take a look at Gibbon. Pretty good. Joe Gibbon versus Tony Gonzalez. Pitch to Tony Gonzalez. 4-10. Center X. Willie Davis in the center field. And he makes the grab. Bottom of the 6th. Marshall go another inning. Javier. Left. Reichert 37 Ks. Howler 1-6 first. 9th inning, 6-5. Turn down a bit there. All right, 9th inning of a 6-5 game. Gibbon needs 3 more outs. Chuck Harrison will lead off the 9th inning. 38 grounds to short. Bobby Mercer. 5-10 catcher's card. This is Haller. 3 catcher, E4. And with 2 outs, it's all to Doug Rader. 54 pops to short. New Orleans comes back. They kind of came back. They were gifted the comeback on just really bad defense in the middle innings, where everybody got on base, reached on an X, and erased the 5-1 deficit and got the tying game. So the series will go back to Hollywood, and I'll have to finish that one out and let you know what happens. 6, 7, 8. Let's take a look at the composite box here. Can't seem to get an elimination game done. These teams are scratching and clawing. They want to keep playing baseball. Marshall came on in the 5th. Gave up a hit and a K. Hit and 2 Ks. Wiegner, everything else, takes the loss. 9 hits and 6 runs. 3 are earned. Walked 5. Struck out 7. Nice little save for Joe Gibbon, though. He wants to get into the league. He will. Lefty closer setup guy. Got everybody out. Steve Keeley gave up a hit and a K. Rich Nye got gifted a win. He was brought in to mop up, but his team came back and gave him a win. So that was kind of nice for him, I guess. He came in, gave up a hit, a walk, and a K. Jerry Robertson was really bad. Really disappointing. Don't think he'll make it in the summer league. Just got too many on bases on his card. He gave up the 5 earned runs, put like 13 men on in 5 innings. 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. There's your box. 1019, 0108, 610, 58, 7759. So we will go back to Hollywood for a final game 3. Let's see how these two teams are doing through the tournament. Hollywood and New Orleans. Wow, Hollywood and New Orleans. Only one team will advance to the next round. This is a battle of 9 versus 8, so these teams are kind of weak anyway. So New Orleans is still at 500, 5-5. They're hitting a .179 with a 2.76 ERA. Unbelievable. I just can't imagine a team with a 500 record when they're only hitting a .179, but that's the case. Hollywood is a game under. They're 6-7. They're hitting 2.59 with a 3.07 ERA. At least they're hitting well enough. And when you look at our tournament box thus far, we might be under 250. No, we're sitting right at 250 with a 3.79 ERA through 84 games. That's it for the game. At the end of this video, we'll have an elimination video for the loser of Game 3. Thanks for checking it out. All right, baseball fans, it looks like Hollywood, well, they choked it away. They lost 2 straight. It seems to be the formula here. You go up in the series, and then you lose the rest of the games and get knocked out. So, number 6 seed, Mississippi, loses 3 out of 4. Number 8 seed, Hollywood, loses 2 out of 3. They finished the tournament with 6 wins and 8 losses. Let's see what their roster will do for the Winter Summer League. And many of these guys are going to go into it. So we have Dick Farrell from the Phillies, reliever. There's nothing special about this guy. 4.01 ERA. He's pretty fortunate to have that. Not thinking he'll get into the league. It's a no. Lindblad's already in the league in a different year. Clay Carroll, this is an interesting evaluation because Clay Carroll will be taken by the Reds in the league. It's a question of which year. And he's got a bunch of them. I would take a year where his ERA is around 2.5. This year it's 3.5, though he pitched 151 innings. So probably not this Carroll card, but that doesn't mean that things are bad for Clay Carroll. Now, Mike McCormick did not pitch well in the tournament, though his card indicates he should. You have to hope you get these outs against the righties here, 1-4 fly ball and single, and acknowledge that, of course, he's going to be good against lefties. He was the Giants' number 3 starter in 1969. This card will definitely be drafted into the league by the Giants. This is a great number, a 3.34 ERA, and hopefully he got all his bad pitching out of his system in the Winter Baseball Classic. Jarvis is already in the league with the Braves. He's pitched very well in the series, though he has the 5.9 card, and it's actually not too bad. If 4.44 ERA, he's overachieved in the Winter Baseball Classic, even though they didn't advance. Alan Foster, I'm not seeing that. No, just no. Okay, Wegener started the game you saw, and we liked that one to fly. We liked against righties. That's an out. That's an out. Some walks. He's not that bad against lefties. His defense let him down in that game you saw, but really, this is an interesting card. 4.39 ERA is kind of mean to him. I think he's better than that. Maybe he can be a long man who specializes in getting righties out, kind of, sort of. All right, what else we have here? Mike Marshall. This is not the one you want. He'll have some big years coming up for the Dodgers. His ERA here is still 5.11. All right, Don Locke. An interesting case here is you got your defense in center field, 2 with a -1 arm, though he makes a bunch of errors. Not many double plays when it's, walk, hit, walk, strikeout. Against lefties, that's an interesting amount of on base to justify the good defense and the throwing arm in center field. 1-14 runner, it's all looking good. Against righties, though, he's really bad, but he could be part of a platoon. So, we'll see. 224 hitter and 58 at bats. A nameless Dave Cash card. We don't get him in the league. We're a big fan of Paul Shaw in this era. He's an on-base machine. This is not the year, though. He will be better in the future years, so leave him alone for now. Dick Dietz is in the summer league with a big year for the Giants in 1970. Mercer has a much better year for the Yankees in 71. Doug Rader crushes left-handed pitching in 71, and he's in the summer league. Portland has this Tony Gonzalez card, which hits 300. This one hits 269. So Portland's going to stick with that card in the summer league. Milwaukee's got pretty much the same Ted Savage card. They're going to stick with that. All right, Chuck Harrison. This is tough. I mean, sure, 211 at first base, good defense and power against lefties. It's just, at first base, you got to do more than this. B hit and runner, that's cool. 2 power, hits up to 7, but he's like a 237 hitter, 238, 221. Yeah, that's just not. You don't need defense that badly at first base to sacrifice the offense. So no to that guy. Then these 3 guys. All right, another lefty. We saw this in the last video. Another lefty catcher with a -1 arm. Unfortunately, no power, which is really a shame because you love these on bases, and of course the homer at the bottom. Even if you're stuck against a left-handed pitcher, he can still get you an on base of walks. If he had power versus righties, I might say yes to this guy, but it's really going to be tough. Now, if you can get him on a team that has only a right-handed catcher who can't throw and dominates left-handed pitching and not right-handed pitching, then maybe you can work French into a platoon. But he hit a .184, so. Ramon Webster, I think we talked about him in the video, just not enough hitting. 260. And Kenny Boswell's already in the league for the Mets, I believe. Yeah, he's already in the league. His defense is bad anyway. So that's the Hollywood team. We've eliminated 6. We've got 10 to go. 2 more best of 3 rounds, and then the regional winners will get involved in the tournament again. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next time.